Navigating the legal process. The legal process for mesothelioma cases can be intricate and time-consuming. Mesothelioma law firms guide their clients through each step of the process, ensuring that all necessary paperwork is completed accurately and promptly. Negotiating settlement. Skilled attorneys negotiate with defendants and their insurance companies to secure fair settlement. For their clients, they aim to achieve compensation that covers medical expenses, lost wages, pain and suffering, and other damages related to the mesothelioma diagnosis. Trial representation. In cases where a fair settlement cannot be reached through negotiation, mesothelioma law firms are prepared to represent their clients in court. Their litigation experience ensures they can effectively present the case and advocate for the best possible outcome. Compassionate support. Mesothelioma law firms understand the emotional toll of a mesothelioma diagnosis and offer compassionate support to their clients and their families throughout the legal process. By specializing in asbestos exposure in mesothelioma cases, these law firms have the expertise needed to navigate the complexities of this specific area of law. Their dedicated efforts help mesothelioma patients and their families seek justice and obtain compensation they deserve for the hardships caused by this devastating disease. Investigating years of exposure. Proving asbestos exposure is crucial in mesothelioma cases. A skilled legal team will tirelessly investigate the patient's history of exposure, which may have occurred decades ago. This thorough investigation is essential to build a strong and compelling case. In mesothelioma cases, a skilled and experienced legal team plays a crucial role in conducting a thorough investigation to the patient's history of asbestos exposure. This investigation is often complex and challenging, as exposure to asbestos may have occurred decades before the mesothelioma diagnosis. The legal team's investigation typically involves the following steps. Gathering evidence. The legal team gathers information from the mesothelioma patient and their family regarding their work history, living conditions, and any potential sources of asbestos exposure. They collect detailed information about past employment, including the names of companies worked for, job responsibilities, and locations where work was performed. Identifying potential sources of exposure. The legal team identifies industries, job sites, products, or materials that may have exposed the patient to asbestos. Asbestos was commonly used in construction materials, insulation, automotive parts, and various industrial applications. Therefore, the investigation may involve examining workplaces, products, and materials relevant to the patient's history. Interviewing witnesses. The legal team may interview co-workers, supervisors, and others who have knowledge of the patient's work history and potential exposure to asbestos. Witnesses' testimonies can provide valuable evidence in establishing the presence of asbestos in specific work environments. Reviewing medical records. Medical records and pathology reports are essential in linking the mesothelioma diagnosis to asbestos exposure. The legal team collaborates with medical experts to analyze the medical evidence and establish a clear connection between the disease and asbestos exposure. Analyzing historical documents. The legal team may review historical documents, such as company records, safety reports, and product documentation, to identify instances of asbestos use or potential negligence. Consulting experts. Experienced mesothelioma law firms often work with experts in asbestos exposure and occupational health to strengthen their case. These experts can provide scientific and technical insights to support the claim of asbestos exposure. Building a compelling case. Through the careful examination and documentation of evidence, the legal team constructs a strong and compelling case to demonstrate the link between the Mesothelioma diagnosis and asbestos exposure. Pursuing compensation, victims of mesothelioma and their families may be entitled to compensation for various damages, including medical expenses, lost wages, pain and suffering, and emotional distress. A proficient mesothelioma law firm will fight diligently to ensure victims receive the compensation they deserve. Here are some of the damages for which mesothelioma victims and their families may seek compensation. Medical expenses. Mesothelioma treatment can be costly and may include surgeries, chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and other medical interventions. Compensation can help cover these medical expenses, including doctor visits, hospital stays, medications, and specialized treatments.